around, it's a whole lot of flexing mamas. But I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta...
It's week 13 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Saints and the Buccaneers, and it's coming up next.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're...
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A look at the numbers last week for Olave.
6 catches, 84 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And Kamara's going to have a Saints first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line.
Here's Kamara off the draw.
And taken down just shy of the 40. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
On play action, now Carr. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it. But you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Kamara up the middle. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
You look at this defense for Tampa Bay.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. On now is Ty Zentner to punt.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. but I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. Read option. This is White.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So insane. They will run with White out of the shotgun.
They'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. The Buccaneers had 7-4 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down. They'll look to throw here. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
They'll roll him out right. He's got White here. Touchdown!
Rashad White.
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was all finished off by a touchdown catch from Rashad White.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just... And they'll take over at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
He'll drop to throw. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans from 8 yards out. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under.
It got his man complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Throwing now is Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. And this one too low.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
3, let's go.
4 yards the pickup, first down. These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep.
They go play action here on first down.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Ready. Big Lion.
They'll try the right side here with White. Shifts past him at the 45. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 4. Here's White. They set up the screen.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a throw here to his running back. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. Touchdown! Mike Evans. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the focus goes back to Chris Olave, the Saints offense.
And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Carr.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Here we go.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Panther Street. Panther Street.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
69 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They stay on the ground with White. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Taken down by Pete Werner.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught by Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Buccaneers are able to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On first down, Carr.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Play action. Now it's Carr.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints first down.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Buccaneers' 43-yard line.
To throw, it's Carr.
He completes it to Olave.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19.
In motion goes McLeod. He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 26. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. First down, here's White. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Buccaneers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Now Carr again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now a play fake. Carr.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
You're mine.
Now Carr, gotta have this one.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A 10th carry for Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Holding offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, you can't continue on and get your shot in. That's one where you have to have some discipline. And even though he's a rookie, he really should know better.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he'll find McLeod on the right side, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Carr. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he's got it. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Now Carr. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
The point after, good by Groupie.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Saints 17.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
29.
Carr going to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for us Saints.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And we talked